may know me, some of you may not. I am Jerry's oldest. I help a lot with Modern Mythos, and today we're going to be going over his fantasy ears and how to size them and adjust them, because nobody's ears are the same. So the size we make them may not exactly fit perfectly. So there's a lot of adjustments that may need to be done to make them fit comfortably but stay on your ear. So we're just going to go over the basics of that. So what we've got, I'm not sure how visible this is because I can't see the camera. There we go. Is you've got the outer ear, which this is basically this part right here. And then you've got the hook that goes behind the ear to hold it on. One of the things that I have found with the ears is that you want to make sure that the hook at the back lines up perfectly with the back of your ear. You don't want it to be too tight against it because that will pinch and cause pain. But you don't want it to be too loose because you'll twist your head around because somebody said something to you and you want to make sure you heard what they said, and it'll fall right off. So that's usually where I start. So the way they work is they go behind the hook here. This part goes behind your ear, and then the curl at the end lines up right here next to your earlobe, just like this. And then what you want to do is you want to just kind of, fiddle with it. Sometimes you may have to actually, take it off to adjust it. This wire is fairly durable, so you can do things like this and not worry too much about it. Now, I unfortunately have very weird shaped ears, so it may take me a moment. As I say that and immediately put it back on, and it's perfectly comfortable. The other thing with these ears is you want to make sure that when you've got them on, the edge of your actual ear is just barely hidden by the edge of the metal and the stones, so that it looks like it's actually part of your ear. Now, this is actually a little loose on me, so that we can see what I'm doing here. All I'm doing is just bending it up a little and bending it back down in a slightly different spot to adjust the size and fit. So then when I put it back on, that's actually a little bit better. Now this is going to be for the first few times you put them on, it's going to be very much trial and error, finding the fit that works, every so often putting them on, and I think that's not exactly perfect. But I'm not trying to get them perfect for me, so I actually have my own set that are already set. Now, the ear itself is a little bit more complex, so you have to be a little bit more careful with it, but you can do things with it like this, which is just making sure you've got both pieces of wire, and just kind of pull it, which will open up the ear itself, or you can squeeze, which shrinks it down. You always want to do it in small amounts, because if you push it too far, you may find it's very difficult to open it back out. You may find that you can't even get it even close to comfortable at that point. But again, Modern Mythos stands behind everything. See if I can actually get this right this time. And the other thing about these is if the back wire is too long, this can be curled up slightly further to adjust that. It doesn't need to be that close. But I think I've actually got this one set now. Mostly. As I said, it's going to be trial and error. It may take you a few times wearing it to get them set properly. But the adjustments really don't take that long. actually, this one I will come closer to the camera so you can see what I mean. This coil doesn't quite sit up against my earlobe entirely like this one does. So this would be a case where this coil would need to be taken up a little bit. But again, that's something that can easily be done because the wire is extremely durable. Are we done?
Well, what I want to say is that when you're looking at this, these two here are extremely durable and they can be adjusted on and off. You don't have to worry about them falling apart. Now, when you've got this and you're putting it on, if this doesn't meet with your ear, this can be squeezed together. But when you squeeze it together, this is going to be pushed out. And the reason for that is these stones aren't going to give. They're going to have to go somewhere. And you don't want them going in towards your ear because then they're not going to fit. You're going to want them to go out. The other thing is this isn't going to interfere with any kind of earring. You can see here, it doesn't. If you had an earring or if you had a, what are the things called when you have a gauge. An ear gauge or whatever, it's not going to interfere with that. It doesn't interfere with your glasses.
As you can see.
Nothing like that. So, and this is more for people who have picked one of these up, not at a show with us, or maybe you bought it online, maybe you've gotten it as a gift from somebody, and we weren't there to say, hey, this is how you do it, or maybe something's happened and you stepped on it, like some people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever. And so you have to kind of do this on your own. Or maybe it's been a couple years and your ear's a little bigger or a little smaller than it used to be, and so you're having to resize it. And other than that, everything that he said is basically true. And I also do stand behind everything. I picked the wire that I picked, though, because it is extremely durable. So, as I was saying, Brandon actually stepped on his ears one day and crushed them, as in like flat against the ground. And he was able to pick them back up and set them back up, and able to fix them completely to where
I can still wear them.
Yeah, and there was nothing. I didn't have to do anything. This is all stuff that he did. So I wanted to make this video though, so that you would know that how to do it on your own. And of course, my phone number and stuff is on all my accounts. If something doesn't happen, my email address, just contact me and I'll help walk you through it. Whatever I have to do. But yeah, this is what it is. I appreciate your help, sir. You too.
Help.
Thank you very much. Got my 17-year-old daughter filming all this for me. And,
the director and the executive producer. Or wait, did I have that backward?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for your time, guys. Have a great night.